Hello, welcome back to Alive and Active. My name is Madekwa. Today, I wanted us to just get started with I want to introduce, first of all, introduce our new series. It's called Christ, Creation, and the Church. I mentioned it in the last video but forgot to introduce it. So I wanted to introduce it and just jump into the message that God gave me to share. So Christ, creation, and the church. We're going to be looking at the creation story, which is in Genesis, and from that, just learning some truths about God and praying that these truths help set some captives free. So, day 0, our series today is going to start with day 0, which was before creation. So, day 0 is called Sacred Silence. This was inspired by the verse that says that the Spirit of God was hovering over the earth while it was dark and formless. And God, today we're going to talk about just what God has to say, to those of us who are in dark places, and just an encouragement that the Spirit of God is hovering over the deep. So that's in the message. I'm not going to get into it. Day 1 is salvation. So all of them start with an S. So it's sacred silence, salvation, separation, sanctification, shine like the moon, sovereignty, subdue, and Sabbath. So day 1, salvation, was when God created the light. So we're going to be learning about Jesus Christ, who is the light of the world, and just how to get saved and what that means. And talking about salvation. Separation was when God created space. So we're going to be talking about separation. Not gonna lie to y'all, I don't know what separation is going to be about yet. The Lord hasn't given me that message. So it's gonna be about some kind of space. Day 3, sanctification. That's going to be talking about the process where Jesus calls us to bear fruit. And on that day, on the 3rd day of creation, God made plants, seed-bearing plants. And we're going to be looking at ourselves as plants and just that process of us bearing fruit, and get more into what that means, and when that day comes. And day 4 is shine like the moon. That was when God created the sun and the moon, and we're going to talk about what that means and how we are to shine like the moon. And day 5 is sovereignty. So that is when God created the fish and the bird, and we're going to be learning about God's sovereignty, and just in just God's sovereignty in how he created us and how our structure and different things fit our function, and what he's created us to do. So like fish, birds, like these are very unique animals, just like we're all unique. One is made for the water, one is made for the sky, and how we are also all unique. So we're going to get into that. Just God's sovereignty, what that means, God's rule. And day 6 is subdue. So this was on the 6th day of creation, was when God created land animals, and he made man to rule over all of his creation. And we are called to subdue the earth, which means to rule over it. And so we're going to be talking about how we can take dominion and take our place as to rule over, first and foremost, ourselves, and to rule over all of creation and the earth. And day 7 is Sabbath. So this was on the 7th day of creation, God rested. So we're going to be talking about how to find rest in God, how we can rest in the finished work of the cross. So I'm really excited about this series. It's so dear to my heart, because it was through this series that God really gave me a lot of personal healing. And and I'm excited to just share that with you and to share the healing also with you.